Plushenko's academy is distributing figure skaters to other national teams. 5 transfers already. Sofia Titova, Armenia. Sofia Samodelkina, Kazakhstan. Veronika Zhilina, Azerbaijan. Kira Trofimova, Belarus. Alexander Plushenko, Azerbaijan. Figure skater Veronika Zhilina has received official permission from the International Skating Union (ISU) to compete for Azerbaijan, a source familiar with the situation told RIA Novosti. A special document, known as a clearance certificate, was received on Thursday. It is issued upon fulfilling one of 2 conditions: residency in the new country or citizenship. In May, a RIA Novosti source reported that Zhilina had received permission from the Russian Figure Skating Federation to compete for the Azerbaijani team. The skater, who trains at the academy of 2-time Olympic champion Evgeny Plushenko, missed 2 seasons due to health issues. Zhilina has mastered several Ultra-C elements. She won the Russian Junior Grand Prix final, while the senior skaters prepare for a heated battle for the sole quota for the European and World Championships. The juniors are off to a flying start. The junior season effectively begins on July 28, with the Russian junior team's test skates in Novogorsk. This training camp is of great importance, as junior quotas are awarded per country, not per individual skater. The federation can send anyone. Previously, the test skates were the primary means of testing. Now, it seems, nothing has changed. Are there any intrigues? The most exciting moment could unfold in women's singles skating, with 2 clear favorites vying for the top spot. On the one hand, 15-year-old Evgeny Plushenko's student Elena Kostyleva appears to be the most favorable option. Based on athletic merit, she has won the Russian Junior Championships twice in a row. On the other hand, we can't ignore 16-year-old Sofia Dzyabka, who trains with Ekaterina Moiseva. And that's where the real chess begins. Having only 1 quota technically, there are 2. But if you give to different athletes a single Grand Prix event, qualifying for the series final won't work. Significantly complicates long-term planning. With 2 or even 3, it's possible to adhere to all the principles at once, sending the current leader and someone with potential, and bringing in as 3rd place someone who was less fortunate but still deserved it. Under the current circumstances, the federation must balance everything: principles and a bright future. Which is more important? Junior titles themselves are unlikely to carry much significance for sports officials. Their value would be entirely different if the ISU only allowed juniors and ignored adults. But when you have a real chance to compete for medals at the European and World Championships this season, is it really that important to have a guarantee of winning, say, the Junior Grand Prix final? If you evaluate both skaters briefly, you might get the impression that Kostyleva wins on all counts. And that's not far from the truth. Currently, she's the strongest junior skater in the world in terms of overall technical content. No one else jumps as many triple axels and quadruple jumps. Moreover, her potential in the second category is quite high. Her skating technique is at a level unattainable by many, which, combined with her impressive technical strength, could earn her a huge number of points. So what's the question? Which of the 2 options will be the more reliable? Dzyabka is a bet for the very near future. In just a year, she will be able to compete at the senior international level, and the federation is already taking this into account. Experts interviewed by RIA Novosti agree that Sofia is being considered for both next season and this one. After all, according to Russia's internal rules, she will have a chance to qualify for the Russian Championships as early as December of this year, and barring any external circumstances, she will be competitive. Dzyabka is a nearly ideal skater under the current international rules. A pair of Ultra-C elements, quadruple toe loops, combined with beautiful skating, work flawlessly for both Russian and international judges. This recipe for a modern free skate in women's singles was described in conversation with a RIA Novosti author by some of our renowned coaches, immediately after the age limit was raised. Even then, it was clear that the complexity of the routines would decrease and would have to be stabilized through choreography. The gap in technical difficulty, incidentally, didn't help Kostyleva much in her close competition with Dzyabka. Last season, Kostyleva's best score was 228.53, while Dzyabka's was 225.03. And it's not like Kostyleva actually performed 6 Ultra-C moves in her 2 programs, while Dzyabka only performed 2. It's important to remember that a year ago, Elena was actively battling injuries, and her preparation for the championship, where she earned the maximum score, was a complete shambles. Had she been in even better shape, her result would almost certainly have been higher. On the other hand, a comparison of these results clearly reveals a judging trend that favors skaters striving for balance. Furthermore, Dzyabka may prove a safer option in terms of image. Kostyleva herself is the ideal way to showcase the power of Russian figure skating to the world. But it's impossible to exclude her mother, Elena, from the equation. For several years now, she has been vocal about controversial issues on social media and in the media, and such publicity is unlikely to benefit the sport upon her return to the international arena. It turns out that in women's singles, junior skates are especially essential for selecting a suitable candidate, not only to test current form, but also to weigh the pros and cons. And this decision will seriously impact the future of Russian figure skating.